Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. My name is Ursula B, and I'm just a Black girl trying to get my shift together. So tonight is going to be really awesome. It is with all this sensation with this Risa Tisa. If y'all don't know, look it up. It's just funny, just all this kind of comes together at the same time. We wonder sometimes why we get in relationships with certain people, but this is going to be a good episode where we can look behind the curtain on sometimes. Everyone always has a story, but the most important thing is to not judge because you never know what people go through. Okay. So, but before we do that, I want you all to take a listen to this theme song.
This for the queens, sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and Buddha walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you God's gift to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sun-kissed goddess, heavenly order. Levitate, tribe of Ashanti, black girl magic, melanin popping, whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, dog.
All right, we are back and we are ready to get started. But before we get really started, anyone listening on the audio podcast, make sure you give your girl a 5-star review. Anyone listening on YouTube right now, make sure hit that subscribe button. It is a free way to support this channel because I put some bomb ass content on here with some great guests. So make sure just click that button. It's free. And also, I really want to say I thank the audio listeners. I looked at the analytics, my podcast, Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. We are global. We're at almost 110,000 downloads in over 60 countries. So, that's what I'm talking about. Let's just keep growing and growing and growing. We're all about healing here. All right, we're going to get started. Before we do, everyone in the chat, just put in the chat where you're tuning in from. And while you all do that, I'm going to bring my lovely guest out of the waiting room. She may look familiar to some people. Hey, Moni.
Hello. I like the song. I was over here jamming. Hey.
I saw you.
Hey. I was jamming. I was like, okay, Locks, I hear you. Okay.
Exactly. You know what? Believe it or not, that theme song, it came from one of my past guests.
Okay.
Yes. And he actually did the entire song. He did.
Wow. Oh, he performed it, everything.
He performed it. Yes, everything. Yeah. And
black girls getting your shit together.
Exactly. And he actually is a financial guru.
Okay.
But this is what he does on the side, so that's what we are here. How you doing?
I am good. You look so pretty.
Thank you, honey.
My friend.
I know you look gorgeous too.
Thank you.
I'm excited about tonight.
I am too. I've been thinking about this all day.
So I want to let everyone know that my guest, the author, Miss Beautiful Monica Athis.
Thank you.
We know each other personally. And the beautiful thing is where we work with some really great people, but we have so much talent on our team, right?
Absolutely. You would never know until you have a conversation. You're like, what? You
do
what?
Exactly. Yeah. So when you dropped in the chat about this book, I was like, what is going on? Oh, the book is over on the other side of the room. I'll get it in a moment. But yeah, I was shocked. There we go. Thank you. I was shocked. So first of all, thank you for dropping it in the chat, in our group chat at work, because we would have never known.
Yeah, that's when you work with people, and we ask that question to everybody all the time when we're working. Well, what do you do? What do you do on your regular job? And then what do you do? What do you do for fun? So we get an opportunity to, find out what people do. And I was like, let me let my peeps know I'm writing a book.
Exactly. So before we get into, we have a couple people that's saying hello. We know this beautiful soul. Hey, Kira.
Hey, Kira.
She says she's here and she can't wait to hear from these beautiful ladies. I need you. I need you all to drop in the chat. There's a lot of people in the chat right now. Just drop where you're tuning in from. And if it is on the replay, type replay in the comment section. So absolutely. Before we talk about the book, can I go a little deep in the book about something you said?
Yes, let's go.
In the book, you talked about how your father always cooked hamburgers. And I want to attest to that. So you all, when we're at work, Monica, well, they feed us at work. Monica will always come down with the cheese.
Never the chicken tenders.
So when I read that, I was like, that's why she eats burgers like that. You always get that. So
I do. Anyway. Even though we won't talk about the burger.
We won't. I just wanted to bring that up with the cheeseburger connoisseur.
It's a cheeseburger.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Kira said, Monica, we'll have a cheeseburger heavy on the onions.
Yes, and we'll.
You know a Joy Jones?
Absolutely. That's my cousin from Detroit.
Okay. Hey. You have Cassandra.
Oh, that's my day one. Day one. She's in the book.
Denise.
Oh, that's my sissy. That's my sister-in-love.
Oh my goodness. All these people.
Oh, that's my daughter. My firstborn. Hey, Bree. Oh, Bree back again. Hey,
Bree. Oh, someone said grilled buns.
They said what? Grilled buns. Oh, yes. I gotta grill my buns. Yes, grilled buns. Hey, Paula. Oh, I'm feeling so much love, y'all. Okay, now listen. Got my face done. No crying on these parts today. Got my face did. Can't be crying. But thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Isn't she? Okay, this is really gonna make you smile.
Oh, that's my man's.
my man.
That's my man. Hey, mans. I see you, babe. Okay, thank you, love. They hide in the house. I made them all go away.
So everyone, I love all the love you're giving, Monica.
Thank you.
Make sure to hit the subscribe button, please.
Hit that button. Girls getting a shift together.
Exactly. All right, so let's get into the topic at hand. We're going to talk about the book. You want to tell everybody the name of your book?
Yes, the name of my book is Once, Twice, 4 Times a Wife.
Okay. So what was the motivation on you wanting to write this book?
Well, I've been, like I've kind of told you before, this book has been a journey. So it took me about 10 years to finish the book. I started the book, way back when, probably during Once. And I started writing my thoughts out, my journaling. And then I would put it to the side, and then I just live life. And then I would pick it back up and write some more, and then live life. And what brought it to fruition, I guess right now where it is present day, is I was at a bachelorette weekend, and I was with a minister. She was like, and I was saying, I just casually said, oh yeah, I've been working on a book. And she was like, well, your book will come out at 50. When you turn 50, your book will come out. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm about to be 50. Like, this was in February. I'll be 50 in September. And I'm like, wait, okay. So,
Oh, this
but
was recent.
this was last year. So it was
Really? I didn't
here.
know that.
Yeah. And so it just motivated me. And I told her I receive it. I said, I received that. I received that at 50, this book will be birthed.
Mm,
And it just lit a fire to go ahead and finish it, and so it gave me the opportunity to put present day, even in the history, bring it all to present day, and just conclude it as to where I am right now. And so just a beautiful piece of work. And just like she prophesied it would happen, it happened. I'm 50.
mhm.
I turned 50 in this past September, and
Uh-huh.
here we are in February. The book is out.
You know, I want to say I'm so proud of you because one, just to have, especially with Black women, we have so much of that super Black woman complex where we just have to be strong all the time, and showing vulnerability is an absolute no. It's just what we've learned through. I mean, have
Right.
you experienced that too?
Right. And all throughout, like when you read my book, how I had to, a lot of times, even though I was going through some really, really hard times,
Uh-huh.
being a mom, I had to stay strong, because you have to stay strong for your children. You don't
Exactly.
want to cry in front of them. You put them to bed and then you just fall to pieces. But in front of them, you have to stay strong. And when you're a single mother, you definitely have to continue to work. You got to continue to keep your shift together. You got to keep it together even when you're really going through some really, really hard, dark times. And a lot of times people don't know what you're going through until
Mhm.
you talk to them or be vulnerable enough to share what you're actually going through. So I can definitely agree with how we put on sometimes a facade that we're so strong, we're going through, and God knows He gave me the strength to get through it.
Right.
And there was strength that I had to pull on that wasn't my own strength. It was, of course, the strength of God getting me
Right.
through those hard times. But yeah, I many times I was like, where is this S on my chest? Because I swear I'm Superwoman right now. So, but thank God, thank God, thank God.
I love it. And why I was one of the many reasons why I was excited to do this stream for us to do it together, because I really want people to see two Black women that can be transparent and open without judging each other.
Correct.
Because I'm sure the book you wrote, I could write a book.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody probably in this chat can write a book. People who we do not know can write a book.
Absolutely. And
And
it's just telling your story. And again, like you said, the vulnerability piece of it, a lot of people are they don't know how other people will receive their story. Like if I worried myself about, okay, I'm letting people know how many times I've been married, because you people can judge you on that, like, well, what's
mhm,
wrong with her? Why she get married so many times? Which
mhm,
there was something wrong, and I talk about that in the book, is that looking yourself in the mirror. If you look at that book cover and seeing that question mark, you
mm,
have to eventually figure out who you are and
right,
what's most important to you. And you don't know that if you're just spiraling, through life, being what other people want you to be, and just, not really doing the work. So once you
mhm,
take the time to do the work on you, then you really everything unfolds. You see who you really are, what's most important, what you'll tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what you'll succumb to, what you won't succumb to. You make better decisions when you really know who you are, and your worth, your value as a woman.
ooh, I like that, knowing your worth and value, your true worth and value.
True inherit worth. I put that word in the book, inherit. Who am I in my father's
Mm,
eyes, in God's eyes? Who did He make me to be? in his image. So I inherited this just because I came forth. I have life. He created me. So I have this inherent value
I
within
love
myself.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, everyone listening, I dropped the link to Monica's book, but don't go there just yet. I mean, still
Oh,
listen to us,
yeah,
but the
yes, yes,
link,
yes.
yeah, it's a live link in the chat right now. So definitely go back to it, but purchase it. So we're going to talk about little things in the book, but I really encourage everyone to just um, take a look at it. At the least, go on the website, and I'm sure you're going to want to purchase, especially after listening to us. So,
Mm-hmm.
in the book, there was a line you wrote that hit my soul when you talked about the fear of being alone was bigger than the need to get to know me.
Mm.
When you wrote that, I was like, damn, that sounds so familiar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So a piece of that is upbringing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you have upbringing. I got married very young. I had a child very young,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to be that. You don't want to fall into the stigma of having a bunch of kids. And like my mom is a testament to death do us part.
Yours too?
She was with my dad for 35 years, married.
Okay.
Only man she knew. That was it. Like, she is like the perfect example. So for me, I'm a little strange. I'm a little strange fruit, because she like, wait a minute, how many times, like, she don't understand, like, that generation, my mom's generation, you stay. You stay. If they not beating you, you stay. No matter
Mm-hmm.
what's going on, you stay. If they not, the cheating, that doesn't matter. Mental abuse, you can deal with it. Verbal abuse is just words. Just go pray about it and you'll be okay. But
Mm-hmm.
and that was where her and I would bump heads, and I talk about that in the book, is because I was like, it was always something deep, deep, deep down inside. I was like, no, I don't feel
Mm.
good in this. But we fall into that cycle of thinking we can love people to change, and thinking
Girl.
and we can change them, which we can't. You cannot change them. They are who you are, and when people show you who they are, you believe them. Well,
Absolutely.
at least you should. And so just that fear of, being by myself, being alone. I have children. Of course, I gotta have somebody to help me with my children, or I gotta, I've been married twice, or I've been married 3 times. Like, I just, that family unit, it was just embedded in my head. Like, that's just what it had to look like. And that played into my psyche of my decision making, and going from one relationship to another relationship, and from that relationship into another relationship, over a span of time, of course, because I did have the will to want to make it work. I had the
Right.
will to, so they weren't just, oh, you made me mad, I'm divorcing you, we're not together no more. So no, these were like 9-year relationships, 7-year relationships, just over a span of 20 plus years. But at
Mm-hmm.
the time, it was just, I had to get off of that ride. I had to get off of that roller coaster. I had to.
Were you dizzy on that roller coaster and that
Oh,
ride?
God, dizzy, dizzy, honey. Tired, dizzy, stressed out, dizzy. Like, I can't get off this ride. And so, and I did want to read one part in my book, which kind of fits
Please.
what we're talking about, because I kind of highlighted. Let me put everybody that know me, I got my face beat, but at the same time, let me put my little specs on so I can see.
Girl, we can match. Don't worry.
So I said I could now answer all the questions I asked before. Why won't I stop? Why do I feel the need to be in a relationship? Why can't I just be alone? The
Mm.
answer was, I didn't love me. I didn't know my own worth. Now my true journey of healing can begin. So that's the part where it's like I can now answer these questions. I can now face myself in the mirror. I can now see, hey, I need to love me. If I love me and I love me the way God loves me, then I'll attract that same
Mm,
type of love to me. And it's okay to be alone. It's perfectly fine, especially when you really figure out your own personality. I'm like, hey, I'm a really cool girl.
right.
I'm a cool chick, so it was okay getting to know who I was. That was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
I love that when you ask yourself, like, why do I keep pretty much having that same repeat pattern? And I always have felt that when we do that, it's more of that emotional history trying to recreate itself from the past.
Yes.
You agree, right?
I
Yeah. And
do.
we
I do.
and, and we subconsciously do it that we don't even know that we attract the same partners and they have the same traits, but because they physically look different, okay, we
Mhm.
don't see it.
Mhm.
Um, but emotionally, it's still
Mhm.
ingrained, and it does feel the same.
Mhm. Yeah,
People,
and then you
you get
sometimes
it,
you run into the red flags. It's like, you see red flags, you're supposed to be going the other way. We run towards them, thinking we can fix them, or thinking, oh, that's not so bad. But those red flags
girl.
are there
The
for a reason.
that's not so bad part. Yeah,
Right. Well, look, and then sometimes we start thinking like our parents, right? Well, he ain't beating me. He do provide for the family. At
and
least
don't
do this. At
right.
least do that. But then that does he really see me for who I am? Does he really value me for who I am? Does he treat me the way that I truly deserve to be treated?
And if he's putting it down, you can forget it. It's a wrap.
Oh, that yeah, that's yeah.
A
And
wrap.
that's how we start a lot of relationships, right? Physical first. And that just gets your head. You're not making the best decisions. You're making more decisions based on that physical. And when you dive in physical first, then it's you just it messes with you, especially women. It messes with you. Men,
Right.
they can go here, do this, do that, but we love that we have that emotional attachment, and so it's a little bit different for us, especially when we dive in physical first. So,
Exactly. Sharice made a great point. She said, same package, different wrapping.
yes, Sharice. Hey, Sharice. So
Yes.
I've known Sharice since way back when I talk about the church that I joined back when my dad was sick. She was a member of that church that I was a part of. So it's so crazy that we've always stayed in touch, and she's such a beautiful person as well. So I appreciate your support.
I love it.
We know about
I just
that church God in Christ. No makeup,
Kojic.
no makeup, no pants, none of that. But I
Oh,
appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I talk about it in my book. I appreciate the foundation that it set for me. Even though I
mhm.
was using it for a different reason, trying to avoid being home, being present, with what my dad was going through. But it did create a foundation. It's where I truly formed that relationship with God and truly accepted him as my personal Lord and Savior. So it definitely shaped the trajectory of where I went after being exposed to all of that. So
Right. So I'm actually glad you got something out of that. I grew up in a heavily religious home, but how do I say it? There was a lot of spiritual bypassing.
mm.
And yeah, that's just it. Was a lot of spiritual bypassing. It was like there's no talk about that was doing the work.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm,
with that came a lot of sweeping everything under the rug. So when you said that about what your mom said about, well, they're not
mm-hmm.
beating your ass. Like, you know,
Mhm,
stay,
mhm,
it's okay. But
mhm.
I really feel that our parents have done that because they were in survival mode. Any of our parents, you know, and it's bigger than just
Absolutely.
one generation. I mean, it can go back to our ancestors, to slavery.
Exactly.
Like you had to go and live life
Exactly.
in survival
Exactly.
mode, and now it's just
Exactly.
trickled down. It looks different. It may be watered, diluted, but it's
And we have to be so careful not to follow those trends and follow those patterns, because a lot of our parents were miserable. You know, they were not happy. But
mm-mm,
they did what they had to do. They stayed for the family. They stayed for the children. They stayed for for the just having, because they didn't, a lot of some of them didn't work, you know, so they were the homemaker. They had to keep the home together. The man worked. The man went out and made the living. So just their sure their livelihood. You know, I have to stay with this man. You know, I have to stay in this situation
mm-hmm.
because it's my life. It's all I know.
Right. And they passed those philosophies down to us like no
They
different
do.
than family heirlooms. You
They
know, when
do.
you get married, like here's your,
They
I don't know,
do.
something blues. Here's some
Listen,
trauma. I'm gonna give you this.
my my mom, she's 85 now. She's conveniently forgot all about, like, she's like, oh no, I just tell you to make your own decisions. Ma'am, that is not what you used to tell me. You did not tell me to make my own decisions. You would be like, you just gotta stay. She crying, she's stressing me out. You just gotta stay. I'm like, but mom, I'm not happy. You know, well, you made this decision. You know, you gotta. And I'm like, okay, mom. All right. So at some point, you know, me and my mom had to have an estranged relationship because I had to. You have to tune everybody out. You have
Mhm.
people speaking in your ear and do this, do this, do this. You don't know what to do. You have to learn how to make those decisions. We were, it was so funny when I was getting my makeup done. We was listening to Janet Jackson, Control. You know, like I
Right.
got to make my own decisions. You know, this is my life.
Mm,
When it comes to my
yeah.
life, you know, I realize my life is so different than what your life was, but it has to be my life, my choices. It has to be what I can be happy with saying that I did. So no matter what it looks like, you know, yes, I've been divorced all these different times, but it led me to where I am today. And where I am is in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Mm. Yes, the control part. I want to read this comment that is it Tony tonight? I like that name.
Oh, that's my sissy. Hey, sissy. That's my sister in love too. That's my man. That's Arthur's sister. So yeah.
Oh, okay. She said, wow, yes, being hopeful and prayerful. When I read that, I always I learned this in therapy, my group therapy that I go to,
Mm-hmm.
that if you could think of these four-letter words like, you know, the F bombs and you know, shit, all
Mm-hmm.
of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that hope is also a four-letter word
It
because
is.
hope will keep us in these toxic ass relationships. They just will. I mean,
It will. Yeah. Years
yeah,
of hope. Years of hope.
exactly. She said, look, she said, it keeps us locked, and she put it in caps. So she gets it. It
You
keeps us
know.
locked in and lost. And it
Yes.
does. And
It
before you
does.
know it, decades will go by. Sometimes
Decades to
even
go
a
by.
few months is too long. But that four-letter word, hope, we just want and wish and hope that if y'all understand what I'm talking about, drop a one in the comment section. And if you don't get it, put a one in for myself and Monica.
Mhm.
It will keep us there.
I hope for years, as they say, keep hope alive. I kept it alive for years, just hoping and wishing and praying, you know, because who wants to go through it, right? No one signs up and say, I do, just to see it go to demise. Nobody, we're hopeful. We're hoping. And I put that in my book. I hoped that everything, I had pure intentions. I was hoping that things would be
Ooh.
great. I was hoping this was the one, you know, but did I vet this person? Did I take the time to even get to know who this person really was? Because if
Mm-hmm.
you meet them today and marry them in 2 months, that's not enough time to get to know someone.
Not
It's
at
not
all.
enough time. Someone told me at least go through 4 seasons with someone,
Mm,
because people change. You know,
they
as people
do.
change, people change, their personalities change. You know, you get the summer, women, they hot girl summer, men, getting their shirt off, feeling themselves. You know, so people change when it's in the winter. Oh, they want someone close to them. Oh, someone I can cuddle with. So people change.
They
Um,
do.
Definitely with the season. So if you can be with somebody for 4 seasons and kind of see how they are when it's winter, when it's fall, when it's spring, when it's summer, and you can see that consistency, and then you give it a little more time, then I think that's a pretty better gauge of who
Absolutely.
this person really is. And seeing them when things aren't so perfect, when we disagree, when wait a minute, I don't
Mhm.
agree with that. How do we handle that? How do we communicate? How do we handle our finances?
Or how do we even, here's another one. How do we not communicate?
How do we not? Oh, yes. Because non communication is just as bad. I
It
live
is.
upstairs, you live downstairs. We married, but you upstairs, I'm downstairs. We don't talk. We don't talk at all. I live my life, you live your life. We kind of here just as roommates out of
Being
convenience,
familiar
being
strangers.
familiar strangers.
Girl. Um, we have a lot of people in the chat right now. Look,
Yes.
I need y'all to hit that subscribe button so that YouTube can get this algorithm popping.
Get
So
it
I would
going.
that's exactly it. Can we go back a little bit to that hope again?
Yes.
I'm going to detour just a little and get right back on 285.
Okay.
I realize how that hope, how we said how it keeps us locked in, how Tony said in
Yes.
relationships. But I also realized that it had, in my life at least, it had spilled over in my work relationships where
Ooh.
I was scared and did not want to pull the trigger because I was scared of the unknown. So I stayed in that
Yes.
relationship just as long. Of course,
Yes.
with the romantic relationships. And to keep it real, even with familial relationships.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, when we get back to work,
Mm-hmm.
I can go in much, much, much more detail.
Mm-hmm.
When we wait in that period
Yes.
at work. But
Yes.
yeah, with some families,
Yeah.
I was hoping it would be better. I would hope they wouldn't say X, and it does not work like that. So
Right. 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 Because
yeah.
in a
Ugh,
sense, depending on how much of a hold that hope factor has on you, you can be paralyzed. It can paralyze you just
ooh,
just not to move, to stay stagnant in that hopeful place. And in our minds, we're thinking, oh, we're doing the right thing. We're staying hopeful. We're hoping for the best, but we're kind of stuck. We're stuck
yeah.
there in that place. We're not advancing. We're not growing. We're not elevating. We're just sitting in this hopeful space. And then
Yeah.
a lot of times we're sitting there alone. Are they hoping just as much as we're hoping? Could
And
they just replace you? Thinking about the workforce, can they just replace you as soon as you don't meet a quota or don't do what they want you to do? On to the next. Absolutely. But we're
yeah.
sitting there loyal and hopeful and just staying in that place, and we're paralyzing ourselves, our growth sometimes in that hopeful space.
That's so true. So, just letting it go, whatever that it is, it does free
Mhm.
up a lot of emotional space. It can dump a lot of emotional baggage, and I
Ooh,
feel
let
like
it
we don't
go.
even, yeah, and we don't feel. It's like that void, and we're always trying to fill that void all the time. And when we get rid of that emotional baggage, or at least lessen it, it feels so much lighter. But that hope is, wait, can I keep it real? Can I tell you a
Yes.
story?
Tell me, girl. What
Okay.
happened? Who
What had
did
happened was, what had happened was, well, look, I not an author like you, but I can share a transparent story. So
Yes.
this one person I dated,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't good at the end. And the love bombing had ended, and
Mm.
Arthur said, I want to know.
I know. I'm like, girl, tell me, girl. This is what we look. We be taking care of our guests, but see, we had these stories when we be at work. I be like, girl, tell me what happened? Come
Right.
on, tell me.
I'm gonna give you the spicy version when we get back to work.
Oh, okay.
Like
Tell me what you can tell me now, because Arthur want
Tony,
to know.
Tony said, tell us. Okay, this is what had happened.
Okay.
So was in this relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
it was good. It
Mm-hmm.
actually it was phenomenal. Um,
Ooh, sounds like good.
yes, but I
Nice.
will say, fast forward now. Now looking back at it, the love bombing was phenomenal because
Mm.
was not, he just wasn't it. Okay, so into the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
it went on, and I was like, I remember I looked at him one day and I was like, I don't like him. I don't like him. And I started
Mm-hmm.
to think of all the things that he had, and just the way it really was the emotional abandonment. And I was like, this is not for me. I don't like you. But I stayed in the relationship, right?
Yes.
And he ended up ending the relationship.
Oh, good.
So it hurt.
I know.
It hurt. I'm not even gonna lie. It
I
hurt.
know. I
But you
know.
know what? Then I was mad at him for ending the relationship. And then what about it? I started getting mad at myself because I
Mhm.
didn't pull the trigger first.
Exactly. Because I'm like, why was you really mad?
Girl, exactly, Monica. Exactly. At
Why was you
myself.
really mad?
At
Right.
myself. I was. But it took me it didn't come right away. But it
And
came.
and sometimes people find themselves in these relationships and it's like the person don't even really like them. They just stand with them out of convenience. They stand with them out of what they bring to their lives, not so much what they're adding to. Like he wasn't adding anything to your life. He
Yes, he
wasn't.
was. He was
Oh.
adding stress, heartache. I'm like,
I'm
how can I
about
do this without
adding
going to
those.
jail?
I'm talking about adding positiveness. I'm talking about the
Zero.
positive things. That's what I'm talking about. Those type of ads. I ain't talking about the stress and
Ooh.
financial burdens and just all the drama. The
Yeah.
drama. I ain't talking about that. If he didn't add encouragement, lift you up, support you, you know,
Mm-mm.
all of those things where like when you when you meet somebody, they should add to your life, add positive things to your life,
Yes.
add good energy, like push me into my element, support me, tell me I can do it.
Yeah. And
And
I want
be reciprocal, we that's you got my back, I got your back. You support me,
exactly.
I support you. You got this, babe. You got this, babe. Like
Got
teamwork, make the dream work. All of that. That's
all
what
of
you
that.
want in a partner. And if you can't get that, then you just be that for yourself. And that's okay too.
That is very much okay. Because I
Mhm.
stayed, and I'm sure you can attest to this too, dating and or married in a
Mhm.
case, and we're dating these people that are subconsciously triggering our traumas.
Right. Right. So I don't know. You finished the book or you didn't finish the book? Oh,
I'm
I almost
3/4 of the way done.
okay. So have you gotten to the dating part when I was out here in these streets of Atlanta trying to date? That's in there too.
I
But if
think
you haven't gotten into it, I don't want to get into it.
so. You were with a cousin that fell down and you helped her up. Is that cousin in the chat now? Never mind, don't say it.
She might be. I don't know if my sister cousin is out there.
I didn't
She know
say your
who she
name.
is. Apple martinis and fell in the club and couldn't get up. She know who she is, but I don't know if she's in here.
Was that the part of the book you were talking about with the dating? Or is
well,
after?
no, there's when I was after the marriages, like after 4, then I dated. I dated for a while before I met Fifth and Final. So I
Yes.
dated for a while. So that little span of dating, just like you said, triggers like when soon as I saw things that I knew I was not going to tolerate or I knew I was not going to deal with, because no, that's a trigger. I'm not dealing with that anymore. So that was a done deal. So I would just, and it was okay. You and me, no, it's we not going in the same direction.
Mm.
You know, you got anger issues, I'm not gonna deal with that. So there's just certain things that would trigger me that I'm like, no, I'm not gonna deal with that. And it's okay, great. It was great knowing you. Let's move on. See ya. So and I think when we approach dating differently, not dating to marry, and I just got to be with you because we're dating or dating and the unknown of what we are or who we are or where we're going or what we're doing. Are we hanging? Are we cut buddies? Are we be friends with benefits? Like, what are we doing? What's really happening? The whole unknown of dating, because
Right.
dating here in these streets, you don't know what you're doing. You couldn't pay me to want to have to be in that kind of situation anymore, because from what I hear, it's rough out there in them streets.
Girl.
You can tell me, look, you can tell me all about it, girl, because I don't even want to know. I like the inside.
You and Kira's heard some of my stories when we were at work.
I'd be like, he did what? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No ham. No turkey. Nothing. No, ma'am.
Tony said, tell it.
Oh, she got some stories too, Lord. Lord, my sissy.
Tony, we're gonna put you in the group chat, girl.
Oh
Okay.
boy, this is so much fun.
Let's go back to well, before we get back to the book, let me just read a couple of the comments.
Okay.
And if anyone in the chat, if you've dated or well, I don't want to say marriage, but if you in dating and someone has triggered you, like now that you know that it's a trigger, drop a 1 in the chat. And if you want to put in what it was, you can. A couple people did already.
We can all talk together, communicate together.
All of us. So Micah Owens, I think that's Micah. It's good to date.
Cousin.
Hey, cousin, it's good to date. Oh, wait, it's good to date you before you date. It's good to date you before you date.
Date you.
Oh, yes. Got it.
Date me. Right.
Yep.
Go on a date with yourself. You'd be surprised how many people can't do that or won't do that.
Or won't. And I think that's a great idea to do, because then
we don't take enough time to get to know ourselves. Exactly.
Yeah, we don't get to know ourselves. So how can we tell someone else what we want in a relationship?
Exactly. I talk about that. That's in the book too. If you don't know you don't know who you are. How can you love when you don't even know, like you don't even know who you are? How can you give when you don't even know who you are? You don't know what's most important to you. So how can they even give it to you when you don't even know you? It's a very difficult thing, but we seem to just kind of bypass that and just, get into the relationship. Let's do this, let's do that. But Do you really know who you are? Because once you do, again, you're going to make different decisions. You're going to make different choices. You're going to
Mhm.
move differently when you are in love with yourself and know who you are and know your worth. You're going to move differently. You're
You
not going
just
to move
will.
the same. You just will.
And that dating pool does get smaller because we're
Mhm.
not ignoring those red flags.
Creates more hurt and trauma holding on to toxic relationships of any form, any form. Correct.
Mm,
Mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, friends, job, all
mm.
of that. Toxic. Yourself,
Friendships.
not forgiving yourself. You can have a toxic relationship with your own self.
Ooh.
And can, yes.
And can and
Mhm.
has
Did.
done.
Right. So, yes, absolutely.
My
Absolutely.
goodness. So speaking of forgiveness, how did
Yes.
that play a part in the book when you were writing it?
So, forgiveness for my journey to forgiveness was, thank God I had a lot of faith. I had a lot of good wisdom teaching. I learned years ago that forgiveness is not for the person,
Mhm.
but forgiveness is for yourself.
Mhm.
A lot of times we take forgiveness and we be like, "Oh, I'ma hold on to this. I'ma hold on to that. I'm not forgiving them." And we think we're doing them harm. We think, "Oh, that's the get back. Oh, I'm not going to forgive you." But you you're holding yourself hostage. You're holding your own healing hostage when you will not forgive.
Mhm.
You have to let it go. You have to forgive. Christ forgave me. What if he had looked at me and said, "Okay, now, marriage number 2, you done messed up. I'm done with you. I'm not gonna bless you no more." You
Right.
know. So we have to forgive. And we have to forgive for ourselves. And it's so therapeutic, it's so weightlifting, it's so liberating when
Right.
you can even be in the same room with someone who did you wrong, or just didn't do right by you, and you
Mm.
can forgive them. And I use an example all the time, with my son. He's 13. So last year,
Already?
oh yeah, honey, he's a teenager child. So last year,
Oh my
him
god.
and my middle daughter got baptized, and all the baby daddies was right there in the church, in on the pew. Come on, y'all. You know,
Right.
because at this point, everybody's moved on. Well, should
Mhm.
have. And that's when you can see when people are like, "Oh, I don't want to be around them. Oh, I can't be in the same room as them." Okay, somebody not letting it go. Somebody didn't let it go. I can be in the
Mhm.
same room with you. I can be cordial with you. Now that don't mean I gotta you're not my best friend. We not finna
Oh
we
no, we're not doing
not
that.
finna sit and play cards together. Just I'm inviting you to the cookout. So none of that. But I can be cordial with you. I can be, especially if you have, children together, and you want to have that forgiveness so that the kids can see it. It was so helpful for my
Mm.
children to have both of their parents present and not in this state of bickering or this state of unforgiveness where we can't be in the same room and we can't support you, because at the end of the day, you came through us. That's where you came from. We can't deny that. We can't ignore that. We can't act like that's non-existent. That's what it is. And when you forgive, you can look at that person. You can be in the same room with that person, and it doesn't phase you. It doesn't bother you. Your blood don't start boiling and all of this type stuff, because people have moved on. I have truly forgiven you.
Right.
I hold no ill will against you. I talk about that in the book. I wish you all the best. I catapult you into a great future. Awesome.
Not the
I
catapult.
I just don't have to, deal with what was not good for me, what was not good for us, how we weren't good together. Then go be great. I want you
Mm,
to be great, because at the end of the day, you're still my son's father, my daughter's father. Like, for them, I want you to be good. I want you to be great, because they're a part of you. So it makes a difference. And forgiveness is not easy. Forgiveness takes work.
it
Forgiveness is a
does.
choice. You have to choose to forgive. You have to choose to let it go. You have to choose to accept healing. And everybody's on their own journey. What takes you 5 days to forgive may take someone 5 years to forgive. I'm not trying to measure that. I'm just talking about the importance of doing the work and the importance of getting to a place of forgiveness, so
Mm,
that you can advance, so that you can grow, so that you can move on with your life, because you're not holding that anger or that ill will against someone, because that paralyzes your growth. And
yeah.
that's what I had to learn. I had to forgive my brother. And I talk about it, and I don't want to give the stories away. I don't want to give the whole book away, but there's an element of forgiveness that had to happen there. And it happened, and I'm thankful that it happened. It happened. It helped me. I'm sure it helped him. He's God rest his soul, he's gone on. But, I'm so glad we came to that place before, we didn't have the opportunity for me to even say the words, I forgive you, or for him to say, please forgive me. And so I'm
Can I
just
make
thankful.
an interjection?
Mm-hmm.
When we were at lunch a couple years ago
Mm-hmm.
at work, it was you, myself, and Kira, and
Okay.
we had talked. You were eating your cheeseburger with onions on a grilled bun.
It was not no grill bun. Stop lying. The Mercedes Benz don't give us no grill buns.
Don't say where we were. Ah.
Them buns is not grill. That place. Okay. I'm sorry. Keep
Okay.
going.
But you did talk about that briefly. You didn't go into detail, but you more than what we're talking about now. But when you
Mhm.
were talking about it, you seemed very peaceful. Like, I don't know. You already have an unbothered spirit about you, but there was no edge to your voice. It was just like, this is what happened.
Mhm.
And so hearing you talk about it now, I'm like, yeah, she is telling the truth. Cause you didn't
Yeah.
have any, I just didn't hear any, I just didn't hear any edge to your voice because you can
Right.
hear it in
You
people.
can, and that's what I was getting ready to say. When people truly are not in that peaceful place of forgiveness, oh, you hear it. Oh, it gets triggered instantly.
Yeah.
It can jump off at any given time, when you're really not in that place, or that peaceful place of forgiveness, where you can talk about it and you're unbothered. You can talk about it. This is what happened. And that's why even my mom would challenge me years ago. Like, she would say, she would mention maybe something about an ex, and I'd be like, no, 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 no. She was like, if it still bothers you, you're something you need to let go, and I had to be
Mhm.
like, oh, I let that go. I let that go, defensive, right? So that I had to take that back and be like, why does it bother me that this or that,
Right.
And so a lot of times, when you're faced with that person or faced with that scenario, even how you speak about it is an
Mhm.
indication. Have you really moved past it? Have you really forgiven that person? Can they still, pull that trigger? Can they still get on that nerve? Can they still
Mhm.
say something to you and you react? You know, but then they still have there's still maybe, something there.
You
Not saying
know,
control, but I'm just saying there may be something you still need to work through. Some more healing needs to take place.
that same ex I was talking about with the hope,
Mm-hmm.
I was at work where we all work, I
Mm-hmm.
was there. Oh, this is probably before you started. Actually, yeah, because I was upstairs. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I saw that person. I saw that ex with his new girlfriend. And it
Mm.
was not that soon after he had ended the relationship, right? And I do
Mm-hmm.
joke about a lot at work, but honestly, when I saw them, of course, it was like, oh, that first initial, I haven't seen him in so long. But you know what? I
Mm-hmm.
actually felt sorry for his new girlfriend because I was like, he
Mm-hmm.
is gonna put her through it.
Say
And I
what?
felt bad for her. I did. I said, damn. I was like, well, that's all I could
I don't be feeling bad. I don't. I'll be
for
like,
her, not him.
well, I don't be feeling bad because at the end
I
of the
did.
day, she's making a choice as well. And then you say to yourself, because I never want to be that person to be like, girl, let me tell you how dirty he is. But sometimes people change. They do. They may. I think it was Steve Harvey. Somebody said like how some people will change for certain people. They may not have
Mhm.
changed for the betterment with you,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not possible that that person can't grow and can't change and can't be a better person. Maybe, where they found them in their season in their life,
That's
because
true too.
me and Arthur talks about this all the time. Like back when we were in our 20s, like we might not have been the best for each other as where we are, because now we're a different version of who we were then
Mhm.
and who we are now. So back then, we might not have we don't know, because our mindsets were different. We were different people. We've grown to where we are now. We've gone through different things in our lives that have brought us to this place where we are right now. So it could be different. So I wish for the best. Y'all great.
Not that one. I'll
But
give you the details, like the real
yeah, but
but
even at
mm-mm,
the time, because you have to grow to that place. That's not a place you just get to instantly either. I'm not saying that, because
mhm.
sometimes, depending on when you saw him and her in relation to when y'all broke up or whatever the case may be, it may just not have even been enough time. Not instantly do we pop into this, oh, I wish y'all the best. That's not an instant thing. You got to grow. You kind of got to grow up to that. So that's not an
It's
instant thing.
just like Arthur said something up here.
What my man said.
He said, forgiveness is like an onion. It has layers to it until it's all gone. And you know what?
Mm,
I'm gonna read some of these comments now, you all. There's a lot coming in. Cassandra said, I pray she gets the
that's
best
A1.
version of him because I wouldn't wish that on him. I
I
wish,
wouldn't wish on no one. She wouldn't wish that on no
yeah,
one. So she's like, yeah, I pray they get the better version, because
yeah, that I get.
yes, because it's like basically what I went through, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. It's kind of like that. Like, I hope
Right,
you get a better version than what I got, because I wouldn't wish that on no one. Things
exactly.
like the stories I talk about in here, I wouldn't wish that on no one. I wouldn't want anybody to go through that.
Can you read this next comment? Can you see it from
Yep.
Kira?
Here it says the key is forgiving without continuously beating yourself up and others. Yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Cheers
Yeah.
to that one.
Wait, I don't have any. I have a bottle of rubbing alcohol. Cheers to.
Okay, that's this is much better. This is pure made juice that my daughter made with a splash of something else.
Oh man, that
Or
sounds delicious.
maybe it's the something else and a splash of the juice. Who knows? Okay, keep going.
Let's see. Um,
Oh,
there
that
was-
was Kira. We got that.
let me read a
Yeah.
few more. Um, Kira said, "You're talking right, Monica. We all have something God has forgiven us for." These are from earlier on, and
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
thinking, yeah. And Michaela said, "That's why we sometimes end up in a cycle.
Cycle when it comes to relationships. Once, twice, 4 times why. Cycles. Roller coaster. Repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again until we say, stop.
Right.
I gotta stop. This has to stop. And then do the work. And then let just who said something?
I wanted to ask you, so what did your work look like for you? Because that term, you hear that a lot. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. If you choose to, the work. Do you mind sharing a little what you consider what you doing the work was?
So I definitely went to therapy. That was a part of the work.
Nice.
Therapy. I went to therapy with my children, and this was back in the day therapy. But we needed it. We needed it.
I love
and
therapy.
having reading books, spending time with myself, writing
Yes.
my book, getting my thoughts out on paper, getting my thoughts out of me and onto a platform where I could share. Because years ago, I always felt commissioned, like, you're not just going through this just for you to just be going through this. Like, it's bigger than just you going through this. You're going to have to help someone else. You're going to have to tell your story. You're going to have to encourage somebody and let them know you can do this. You can move on. There's life after divorce. There's love after divorce. There's love after mistakes. There's love after mistake after mistake after mistake. So you're going to have to share your story, and so it's bigger than you. So I always that it was just always something that I knew I wasn't going through what I was going through just for me. I was going to have to help another sister, another brother, help. I was going to have to tell
that's good, Monica. That's some good stuff right there.
Tell someone, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Can you look in the mirror? What do you really see? How, I can't walk away from this. I can't walk away from this situation, even though this situation hurts me. This situation is stressful. This situation makes me want to kill myself. Like this relationship is toxic, but I don't know how to get out. I don't know that I can move on. I don't know all of these questions. I have to I share, and I let people know, if I can do it, then you can do it. If I can do it 4 times, you can do it 1 time. Like, it's just a testament that when you're going through it, it's this big mountain. Like, it's a huge mountain. Like, and I've seen this mountain 4 times. It's a huge mountain in front of you. You're facing this mountain, and it's like, there's no way. It's no way. There is the other side of the mountain. There's another side. There's another side. And when you get over there and you look at that big old mountain and you're like, I did it. I did it. I'm like, yes, you can do it. Like, you can do it. Oh my God, you can do it. And I know it's hard. And I minimalize it, zero, because I've had the same mountain in front of me, and I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could make it. I didn't think I could handle it. It was too much pressure. It's too much unknown. I'm so scared. What about my children? What about my future? God gave me the strength to get to the other side. And it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. But you have to just find that strength. Whatever you have to do, talk to yourself, pray, go to church, whatever you have to do to get that inner strength inside of you to push through that obstacle that's in front of you, because you do deserve to be happy. You do deserve to be treated the way that God would treat you, the way that your inherent value says, this is what I deserve. You deserve that. Everybody deserves that. Every man, woman, boy, and girl deserves it.
Absolutely.
And that's what, if sharing my story can help one person muster up some strength to say, I can do this. I can pursue the pursuit of happiness. I can do this.
Oh,
So I'm just so grateful. I talk about it in my book. I'm so grateful. My journey, yes, it was hard, it was rough, it was at times embarrassing, like, but
right.
I got through it, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to God.
I love that. You know what? I'm gonna put a picture up
Okay.
of the book. And while I have that up, can you talk about what has been the feedback that you've gotten from the book so far?
Okay, I'm glad you asked me that. I don't know why I took my glasses off to look at my phone. That made no sense, but okay. So I took some pictures of some of just
You
things
want me to take
people.
this picture off?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no, no,
okay.
no, no, no. That's great. I took some screenshots because I have gotten some feedback from people who have. Oh wait. Oh, you can't see me. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna go here in the corner. Here you go. Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna just read a couple things that some people have wrote to me, based on, like, I've had people to call me and say, oh, I don't even remember. I think my cousin's on. She's like, I don't remember the last time I cried. Like, your book made me cry. And I'm like, oh, you know, I had another person to tell me, um, another cousin, she was like, so I didn't cry, because she's such not a crier. So she was like, so I didn't cry, but was saddened, by some of your experiences early on. She said, I knew about some of those, but your book was so inspiring. I love how you evolved as a woman. No stone
Mhm.
unturned. The transparency was amazing. And Arthur's spoken word was fire. So I'm gonna put a paper clip there because I'm going back to the spoken word. I gotta tell you a little nugget about that one.
While
But
you
I
do that, let me get the book because I did pin a piece
oh
that Arthur wrote. So it's
oh
just right
okay,
there. But keep talking. Let me get off
okay,
the camera. Keep
okay.
talking.
So another one. This is another, my daughter's best friend. She was like, Monica, I just finished your book. I gotta say it again. I'm so proud of you. She said it was an easy read. You kept it really classy. You didn't spill any tea that would do damage, and that was something that I did on purpose. She said your personality really shined through. And then I had another person that sent me a message that, well, this is from my daughter. She said, Mom, I've been fighting the tears. This is so crazy. um I can't believe I'm reading your book. This book is truly amazing. I'm praying that it can shift so many lives. Don't think I've ever read a book in one day until yours. She literally read my book in one day. She was like, in the she said the story about Kenny Rogers. Yeah, that's so funny.
Girl, I got to, yes.
I just leave it there. We gotta let people read it so they can see it for themselves. But she was like, wow, like, this book is, you have birthed something truly amazing. So I'm just getting so much positive feedback. I had another person said, good morning, Monica. I finished reading your memoir late last night. Oh my God, what a blessing. This book
Yeah.
blessed me from the beginning to end. Thank you for pouring yourself into this book. So I have received nothing but great feedback, and I'm so thankful, that anybody would pick up a book and just go on this journey with me. I'm so grateful. I'm so honored.
Yes.
It's truly a blessing that anybody even, wants. I'm just honored. I'm just humbled that anybody would even want to read my story. And
Yeah.
so it's just such a blessing. And I give God all the glory and the credit for everything, because he inspired me. He gave me the words to write. He blessed this baby to birth out of me and to come to and I'm so thankful.
We have a question in the
Yes.
chat.
Yes.
Kira said, will you have books in hand or just online?
So I have books in hand, and you can go to my website, and if you order the book on my website, the book will be shipped out to you. So I keep some for events that I do. I'll be doing an event this weekend. I'll be doing a book signing it's a women's conference in Noonan. So
Oh, you
so
didn't
I'm
tell me that. I could have put it in the
Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, my bad.
chat.
I'm new to all of this, but yeah. So, but definitely, if you go to my website, you can just order it where it says order here, Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCard. You can order. Amazon coming soon. Hopefully, I'm gonna say March. You'll be able to go out on Amazon and order, but definitely all orders on my website will be fulfilled. So just go to my website.
I have my
And it's
autographed copy right
there.
here.
Yeah. Oh, yes. What did I say to you?
You said, Ursula, thank you for always being a great support system.
Yes. And I do want to say that because you would think like me and you've been friends for forever. It's been 4 years and it's been 4 great years. But at the same time, it's like between me, you and Kira, like our spirits just connected, right? And then you always celebrated everything that I said. Like I'll tell you about my daughter. You'd be like, oh my God, that is so crazy. I'll tell you anything my daughters are doing, anything I had going on in my life. You just like you celebrated everything that I had going on.
Oh,
I
thank you. I never knew that.
Look, I'm speaking that I'll be in plenty other interviews, Oprah, I'm coming. However, my first interview was with you, and I appreciate you so much.
I love it. Okay, we have so many people in this chat, but y'all need to click the like or the love button just to show Monica some
love, like, subscribe, keep watching Black girls getting a shift together. Yes. Ooh, somebody just bought a book. Hey. There you go.
Thank you, Tony. Okay, so I'm gonna read this excerpt.
I can never do the hearts. They be trying to teach me how to do it. I'm so awful.
Those are crib fingers you put.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm gonna read this. Let's see.
Where we at? What we read?
Page 74. I made a note in it that
okay. Oh yeah. Oh, we going back to that. So great. Awesome. I can't wait to tell y'all. I'm gonna have to go.
So he wrote, I realize that you are an incubator. Everything that I have given you, you double it and give it right back. I give you my seed. You produce a child. I give you groceries. You make a meal.
Yes.
I give you a house. You make it a home. I give you heck. And now you give me hell. I love that.
I love it.
That was cute.
So, I mean, it's such a wow factor when we look at this project. Everybody don't know, and I don't want to spoil it for the people that
don't spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it, but I just want to just throw it out there. I just want to say, like, most people would think we collaborated. Like, I'm writing a book, and then he said, okay, well, let me write some poems. Like, you would think we collaborated. And the I guess the wow and the oh my God is everywhere all the time. God is with us when he orders our steps so strategically. When he wrote all of his stuff, he didn't even know me.
That was wild when you told me that.
Years before he even met me. But he was writing about my story. But it was his story too. But it was our story. But yeah, we didn't even know each other. And so how it fit, how the project and the journey just fit together. Like everywhere I could plug a place where he was into a place where I was, and it just fit like a hand in a glove. And you
Wow.
would think we sat down and took notes. We even used some of the same words, and I didn't even know him, and he didn't even know me. So
Alignment.
yes, that's my man, honey. I love you, boo.
We love
So
you.
it was beautiful. It almost it would bring anybody to tears. It brought us to tears. Like we just like, when we're reading this, we're like, how did you know? Like, how would you know? Like, how did you know? I felt like this, I talked like this, or I did like this, and you didn't even know me.
Wow.
So
Okay.
crazy.
You all, if you have your phones ready, you can scan this code. That will also take you directly to purchase Monica's book. Okay.
Mhm.
So I will take that down. And as well, there is also the link, a live link in the description box right now. Okay, exactly. Cassandra said, woo,
Whew.
woo, I
Yes. Whew.
know.
Child.
Ugh. So this has been really
It's been
great,
awesome.
really good. But guess what?
What?
I have a surprise for you. Keep your
What?
glasses on. Keep your
Keep it
glasses
on.
on.
Oh, I gotta see. I gotta be able to see. Okay.
We're gonna.
What's
This
this?
is gonna be.
I'm a girl. My
I
heart.
know. Go on and sip. No, it's nothing big. I want you to read what is on the screen. And this is audience participation as well. I want you all to put in the chat. Okay. One must go. I'm going to read it. No, you read it, please. One
One
must go.
must go.
Read what you see.
Sushi, nachos, McDonald's fries, and bacon.
Yep. One must go.
Sushi.
Okay. Okay. And we're getting that. Wow. Okay. Nobody likes sushi. I see. I'm with you on that.
No. All them other ones, yes. I
Okay.
do
Here's another one.
those. One must go. Ooh. Donuts, ice cream, popcorn, potato chips. Donuts. Not big on donuts.
What?
Nope. Give me some good old vanilla bean ice cream. You know I love my Lay's. Let's go. And I love me some good old popcorn. Yes, donuts. Come on. Ah, they once said donuts too. Popcorn. They said popcorn. Lay's, really? Really, Jacques? Lay's? Oh, no. Lay's in my life. The wavy Lay's preferably. Anybody that know me know I like it. Ice cream, Miss Carla. What? Cream. Yes, donuts, sissy. Yes, donuts. Butter pecan with the sprinkles. Let's go.
Okay. Here's another one. No, not that one. One must go. And you have 30 seconds.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
You
ooh,
have
ooh,
30 seconds.
ooh,
One
ooh,
must go.
ooh,
You got to read out loud what you
blackish.
see. You got to
Okay,
read.
fresh. Okay, Fresh Prince, girlfriends, living single, blackish, go, blackish, go.
Oh, really? That was quick.
Yeah, because I mess with some living single. I definitely mess with my girlfriend. Yes, and Fresh Prince. Who don't mess with Fresh Prince? Hey, born and raised, most of the days. They know, people that know me know I don't be knowing the words, but yeah. Anyway, Fresh Prince.
Oh,
Living
God.
single. No, I love living
I can't.
single.
Who put living single?
That's Tootie. You gotta support Tootie.
Carla Harris. We're going to have to block you. No,
No, don't block her. That's
we
fine.
won't block you. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
If
joking.
she just didn't do living single, she just didn't do living single.
Okay. You
Oh,
have
that was
30.
so much fun.
Last one.
Oh, we got another one.
one. You have 30 seconds. I want everybody in the chat to really light it up and let me know.
Okay.
But please make sure and read everything you see or the people you see.
Okay. Ooh, one has to go, and all his work. Denzel, Morgan, Sam. Ooh, Eddie, Will. Ooh, Lawrence. All his work. All his work. All his work.
You put in your 30 seconds.
Morgan Freeman. Ooh, they gonna get me for that one. I know. Ooh, can I take it back?
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne. I don't be messing with him like that. He can go. I know he Matrix and all, but he can go.
Really?
Lawrence can go. Cause Morgan, didn't he drive Miss Daisy? Was that Morgan Freeman?
Who drove Miss Daisy? I think it was Morgan.
That's what I thought, child. This man been struggling. He had to drive Miss Daisy. We going with him. He can't go nowhere. Samuel Jackson, he too hardcore. I can't. He might confine me. He might confine me if I let him go. Denzel, well, he's just, Denzel is Denzel. Denzel ain't going nowhere. Eddie, I mess with you, Eddie. Will, no, Will can't go nowhere. Will can't go. Lawrence, yes, Micah, I saw that. Lawrence got to go. Did I miss something?
No,
that can go and all they work. One has to go and all his work got to go. He definitely drove Miss Daisy. Morgan need a job. It's Lawrence. It's how he looking at me too. Lawrence Fishburne. He looking at me real like, yeah.
I like what Blue Jazz Wave humming
what
said.
Did Eddie do? Eddie ain't did nothing. That's why we mess with Eddie. I mess with Eddie. I mean, I mess with Eddie. We can't get rid of Morgan. No, you cannot. We cannot get rid of Morgan. I agree. Arthur said Morgan can go. No.
Come on, Ja. You have to.
I said can't none of them go. He's undecided. He messed with all of them.
Oh my God. Okay, let me get this off the screen.
What have you done for me lately? Wait, what did I do with? He was like, "What have you done with me lately?" Who had to do with that?
So
somebody else bought my book. Hey. They buying books. They buying books around here.
Let me put this link in the chat one more time before we sign off. Hold on one second.
They ready to hear the story. Once, twice, 4 times a wife. Yes, Jingle.
Exactly. Any parting words, my love?
Parting words. Thank you, 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 thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everybody that took time out their evening to spend a little time with me and my girl. Yeah. Thank you so much. This was definitely a blessing. I appreciate it. I'm over the top. I'm feeling really good right now.
I'm feeling good for you. I mean, this was fun.
Y'all get the book. Let's share. Let's collab. All those out there that got some story to tell and you feel that unction that you got a book inside of you, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You got a book in you. You got a book in you, Ursula. You got a book in you.
Yes, but in an innovative way. Yes.
Innovative way. Oh.
I do. And I'm gonna pick your brain.
Okay.
For real. Yeah.
I'm ready for it to be picked.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, someone see you're inspiring. Like these comments are coming. Someone said that you inspired them. Okay, someone's asking about a movie.
What about the movie? Ooh, yeah, let's call Tyler. Let's call him up. Well, Tyler, I don't know. I might need somebody else to produce my movie. I don't know. Because sometimes them actors he be picking, boy. I know who can dance, though. Best of breed.
That's it. Oh, my God. The comments are coming.
Oh, thank you. Go, Monica. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All these people hit that subscribe button.
Y'all heard them tunes? Y'all heard them tunes? What have you done for me lately? Ooh, 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 yeah.
I love it. Y'all hit that subscribe button. I see all of this. Before we get off, if you all loved everything that came out of this stream.
Kira says she got a few books, but been scared. Baby, we not going to be scared. We finna do this. We finna get these books up out of you. Let's go. You got to tell your story, ma'am. No fear. Let's go.
We'll have we all encourage each other. We'll do that again. And yes, Tyler's
bad. Yes, Tyler Wiz be bad. We just need to get on here and just talk, girl. We got so much we can just talk. We just talk.
Yes.
The whole segment on Tyler Wiggs. Oh my God.
I agree, Micah. She said this was great.
Yes, I love it. I love
beautiful,
it. I love it. I love it.
And amazing. So, everyone, thank you so much for coming in. This was fun. I knew it was going to be fun just because of the type of person Monica is, who she is. We always have good dialogue anyway. And I respect your mind. I respect your transparency. So I love everything. Oh yeah, Monica, guess what? One more thing.
What?
You are a Black girl that has her shift together.
This for the queens, sisters manifesting their dreams. Get your cream by any means and beam with self-esteem. Beauty supreme and Buddha walk so mean. The way you fit in them jeans, you eat your cornbread and greens. Dance or a doctor, red wine or vodka. Redesign your spot and redefine your mantra. Retwist your locks and realign your chakras. Doing your squats and getting closer to God, huh? Brunching with your squad or taking a girl's trip. Adjust your crown, you God's gift to the world, sis. Celestial body, drink your water. Meditate, sun kiss goddess, heavenly order. Levitate, tribe of Ashanti. Black girl magic, melanin popping. Whether you ratchet or lavish, whether you bougie or savage, you a gift and a treasure. You got to love a black girl getting a shift together. Black girls are getting a shift together. These black girls getting a shift together, man. These black girls are getting a shift together.